Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1985 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Brewers today is Kevin Tapani, whose record is 1-5 with a .690 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is Jeff Robinson, whose record is 7-4 with a 3.82 ERA. Okay, we are back after a day off. We took July 4th off yesterday to have a little fun of my own. I hope everybody's come back today with all their fingers and toes. And I hope everyone had a fun and safe Independence Day. We are going to wrap up the proverbial first half of the season with the final game of the three-game series against the Brew Crew. After today's game, we'll have the All-Star game. That'll take place tomorrow, which is Saturday. So we'll do the Home Run Derby, which is just, a printout of what actually occurs. There's no actual swinging of bats or anything. And then we'll have the All-Star game, which will be in Minnesota. I have no idea which of the Tigers will make it to the team. If I had to guess, I would say Terry Kennedy would be the best candidate. Maybe Dave Smith, who leads the American League in saves. Otherwise, I have no idea. It could be anybody. It could even be Damon Berryhill, who's been terrible for us since the trade, and has actually lost his job to Terry Kennedy. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then once we finish the All-Star game, then we'll advance 2 days and get ready for the Cleveland series. So for most of our players, that's going to be 4 days off in a row. So everyone will be well rested. Maybe we can tinker with the rotation and get everyone slotted properly. And then the next thing we have to consider is what, if any, trades we may do before the trade deadline, which takes place on the 31st. So I have some options that I'm thinking of, but I think we really need to see 2 things. One, is George Brett going to be okay or not? If not, then we got to get rid of him and bring somebody else into play third base. Also, what about Gibby? We put Gibby on the IL. He'll be back in 10 days. So with 5 of those days taking place through the All-Star break, we'll have to figure out, is Gibby going to be okay for us as well? He is on an expiring contract, so he's a tradable commodity as well. So I guess we just have, there's so much wait and see right now. It's hard to really predict what exactly will happen, but we do know we have to play a game today, and let's go ahead and get that game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We got 2 more subscribers. I'm at 502 and moving along. Welcome to the 2 new guys who are also anonymous, so I don't know who they are, but if you want to let me know in the comments, I'll make sure to give you a shout out. We've got Jeff Robinson making the start today, the final start of the first half. He's over 100 innings pitched. His ERA has ballooned quite a bit. I believe he's 1-4 since that 6-0 start. All the bullpen is available today. That's good news. And then here's our lineup versus Kevin Tapani. We will have Damon Berryhill catching today. Terry Kennedy will be the DH. This is all of our regular guys other than Kirk Gibson. So we're trying to finish up the first half with a win and get Jeff Robinson his 8th victory of the year. It looks like the Brew Crew has switched up their lineup today. Let's go ahead and do their official lineup rundown. Batting leadoff in center field is Bob SKUBE. Batting second at third base is Lenny Harris. Batting third at right field is Dante BICHETTE. Batting cleanup at first is Mark McGWIRE. Batting fifth at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting sixth in left field is Javier Ortiz. Batting seventh, getting the start at second base, is Craig GREBECK. Batting 8th and DHing is Dick Davis. And batting 9th will be the catcher, Ike Hampton. Okay, Jeff Robinson, as I mentioned, struggling, making his 18th start. He's 7-4 with a 3.82 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 107 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .251 against him. Fastball topping out 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%. The splitter's an 86 and the fastball's an 81. So 2 pitches above league average. Overall rated an 85. The 23-year-old right-hander is arbitration eligible at the end of the 87 season. And there is the sad set of circumstances. You'll see that 6-0 start where he had a 136 ERA, or 141, I guess, technically, right? And then from there, it went down to 136 and then just steadily climbed all the way to 382. I mean, we are going into the All-Star break, so, you know, we don't have to let Robinson get crushed today. We can load up the bullpen if we need to, but I have a very bad feeling about today's game. Okay, we'll take a look here at our defense. Outfield looking good. Back in there in left field today is Kevin Bass. He had a couple days off. The infield solid, and behind home plate today is Berryhill. Okay, here we go. Bob SKUBE leading off the ball game instead of batting 8th. Left-hander batting .249 versus righties and base hit to right. So yeah, I mean, I know this is going to be bad, and I know there's not much we can do about it. We just have to take our punishment today, I think. Lenny Harris into center. Can Wilson get to it? He does not. First and third, nobody out. We'll play back and hope for a double play. That's like pissing in the wind, because, I mean, none of our infielders are capable of turning double plays. Full count. Fly ball to left. Will that be deep enough for SKUBE to score? Yeah, it will be. 1-0 Milwaukee. 1 out, runner on first. Mark McGWIRE at the plate. And Harris steals second base. 22nd stolen base of the season. And he's got a sub-80 speed, 80 being the average. So the Brewers are a team that will try to take an extra base. And they do get thrown out a lot because of that. So that stolen base had to happen so that he could score on a single, but not by McGWIRE unless there's an error. So it'll be Ernie Riles that'll drive him in. I often think I should just walk intentionally Ernie Riles to get to Ortiz, but one way or another that run's going to score. 2-0. And then Javier Ortiz pops it up. I mean, this game is so repetitive that it's obvious when these things happen. Tigers find themselves down 2 runs. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look here at the Tigers lineup. Batting leadoff at shortstop is Barry Larkin. Batting second at first base is George Brett. Batting third at second base is Lou Whitaker. Batting cleanup, DHing today, is Terry Kennedy. Batting fifth in right field is Jim Eisenreich. Batting sixth at third base is Mike Pagliarulo. Batting seventh in left field is Kevin Bass. Batting eighth is the catcher, Damon Berryhill. And batting ninth in center field is Willie Wilson. Kevin Tapani getting the start. He's a terrible pitcher, and yet you know he's going to crush it today. His 8th game started. He's 1-5 with a 6.90 ERA. 26 strikeouts in 44 1/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .354 against him. All the signs point to a tromping by our team, but it's just not going to happen. Fastball topping out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%. His fastball, the only pitch he has above league average. Overall rated an 80. The 21-year-old righty is arbitration eligible. After the 87 season, you'll see that he's already started twice against us. I mean, he gave up 4 runs back on June 4th and took the loss. He got his only win against us in his subsequent start, which was 3 weeks later. He went 7 innings, giving up 4 runs, and then he just got killed by Texas. So you know he's going to pitch a shutout today. That's just the way the game works. And having said that, their defense is terrible, and yet it makes no difference. They do have a different second baseman today. That's GREBECK, so they've upgraded significantly at second base. And behind the plate is Hampton, who is terrible defensively, and yet always seems to play well. Here we go. Barry Larkin leading it off. 2-2 count. Ground ball to second. They get a leadoff single. We automatically ground out. George Brett will take ball 4. Runner on first for Lou. This will be a strikeout. Yep. Line drive to right. And TK. Go 1. Base hit to right. Brett won't even go to third. Yeah, with 2 outs. Why would he go to third? First and second for Jim EISENREICH. Batting .273 versus righties. There's a strikeout to even out those walk-strikeout combos. We go to the top of the second inning. GREBECK getting a start. High fly ball into center field. 1 out. Here's Nick Davis. Another liner to center. Wilson staying busy. Now, Hampton, has this guy only ever played against us? I bet he's got a hit in every game. Okay, so this is only his 3rd time playing against the Tigers, and he does have a hit in each one of those games. Oops, there we go. He was out of baseball by 1979. That's the crazy shit about it. Well, good job. Good randomization by the ball game as all 3 batters fly out to center field. We go to the bottom of the second. Here's Mikey Pags. Routine ground ball to GREBECK. Kevin Bass striking out, and Damon BERRYHILL, a useless appendage. It's a base hit to right. Always with the 2 out hits. Never any other time. A pass ball allows BERRYHILL to go to second. Now, if this happened against us, I would say there's absolutely going to be a base hit to drive him in. 1-1 count to Wilson. Ground ball to first. Yep, Kevin Tapani pitching the game of his life. We go to the top of the 3rd. Bob SKUBE got it all started with a single. Ground ball to short. Larkin making the play. Lenny Harris walking. Stealing second. 3-4-0. Bichette makes it 4-0 on his 14th home run. Finally getting out. Ernie Riles. A single. Why would he stop? Oh, because it was guaranteed. I knew it was going to be bad, so all we can do is just accept the beating and see if Tapani can get the shutout. Two-out single. Wow, what a surprise. Brilliant baseball mogul programming. We have a pitcher. We have all of our defense is better than their defense. Our pitcher is highly rated, has 2 pitches above league average. Their pitcher has 1. And yet, we are getting absolutely clobbered. All right. 2 down, and there's the walk with 2 outs. Perfect. Good job, game. And then a wild pitch. Oh, it gets to score another run. That's cool. Oh, no, popping it up. Great. Error? Oh, okay. Bottom of the 4th inning. Yep, just all these fly balls that don't matter. Another routine grounder. 2 out walk. 1-2-3 inning from Tapani. Robinson at 69 pitches. Bottom of the 5th. None of it matters. Brett hasn't had a home run all year. Out comes Jeff Robinson. Well, got some lefties coming up. We'll bring in the creeper. Wow, creeper not fucking around. And of course the 2-out single. Baseball mogul on top of it. Let's see if he gets up a 2-run home run. He's taking a cut. Error. Yep, the solo shot. Not that it matters, but that's the 8th home run for Lou. Good job. Oh, that's only 2 outs. 2-out walk, nobody cares. And Bass pops it. All right. We will bring in Coral. Try not to use our better players since this game is done. Fly ball into center. I mean, with Willie Wilson out there, how are these falling in? It only does that because it has to. It doesn't do, I mean, when we do it, they catch it, and they have a guy with a 60 rating in center field. How are none of ours falling in, but all of theirs falling? Okay, fly ball down the line. Error. Everybody scores. Nope. Dick Davis won't be denied. And he'll score 2. All right. Barry. Here come the lefties, so we'll bring in Comstock. He's so close to getting his ERA under 6. That would be nice for him to get it under 6 before the All-Star break. SKUBE grounds it to first. They've outscored us. They've out-hit us. and we have more errors. And we are so far the superior team. Second home run, double dong day for Bichette. Bob Gibson coming in, not that Bob Gibson, the other Bob Gibson. All right, so we're going into the All-Star break. 9 games over 500. We'll be 4 games back, so we're not out of it. Clearly, George Brett is not good. I thought the time off would be something, but it's not something. I guess we'll let Comstock pitch one more inning. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I mean, if we were to give a snapshot, idea of what's going on right now, we have got nothing. We have no starters that can get outs. We have no relievers who can get outs. We have no hitters that can get hits, even against a terrible, terrible team like Milwaukee, a last place team that just spanked their bare bottoms. Tigers lose 9-1, another game that was over before it ever started. Okay, it's simulating. Maybe there's a trade offer? No. We got nothing that nobody wants. We have nothing that anybody would want. There we go. Yeah, so we're... okay, well. Boston somehow magically has lost 2 in a row. And New York is a half game out going into the break. That's insane. They were so out of it. I have no idea. And like they traded, they were so far out of it, they traded Ozzie Guillen, right? And then they traded for Kenny Smith and sent Dennis Worth down, who was batting .285 with 10 home runs. They got rid of their left fielder, batting .337 early on. I think he was the DH also. Otis Nixon comes back tomorrow. So they haven't even had Otis Nixon. They've had Lee Mazzilli. So, I mean, their pitchers are starting to perform. But they're all over 3.7 in their ERA. Goose Gossage is their closer now. Yeah, I mean, this is a not much better team than we have, to be honest. Okay, anyway. So there's the American League at the end of the first half. Oakland has a good lead. Seattle seems to be putting it together. We take a look at the National League. Cincinnati's, the division's over. Los Angeles has that division. And Chicago has won 5 in a row. Philadelphia sits 6 back. Everybody else is done. We'll take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball, Daily Beat, nothing. Can't be bothered. Good job, game. We've got a signing, first and foremost, and then we got 3 retirements. Andy Mota signs a free agent deal with the Padres to be in to play second base in single A. I do like that these non-drafted players are getting drafted. I don't think I've ever seen it with this type of frequency before. The Cubbies are cutting loose Steve Lubert. Did not pitch this year in the majors. Not all that bad. He retired. Mike Prolly forcibly retired. And Steve Busby, 2-time no-hitter. He hasn't pitched since '83. He pitched much longer than his real life, right? He was done by '81. So he got an extra 48 starts in Baseball Mogul, which is, that's one of the things I like about the game. Not much to say, but that's one of them. Let's go ahead and pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe. we're going to post a 1969 All-Star game. Wait, did I already do that? The 1969? I must have, because it's getting a lot of views right now. So I'll post a 1970 All-Star game right about here. You can check that out if you haven't yet. Another terrible performance for Jeff Robinson, whose ERA is now over 4. Kevin Tapani gets the win. Of course he had to, because he was horrible coming into the game. His last start especially. Bob Gibson pitched like Bob Gibson, did not give up a hit or a walk. Dante Bichette hit 2 home runs, had 5 RBI. No player of the game for us. Okay. That'll do it. We're going to come back tomorrow and play the All-Star game. That should be a lot of fun. For now, check out the 1970 All-Star game if you like. And until then, everyone, have a great day.